The Trump campaign just sent out easily the most racist tweet that we've seen in the past 8 years. Now, it's not surprising to anybody that Trump and the people around him aren't working on behalf of Black Americans or minority Americans, but I was kind of surprised at how quickly they lost messaging discipline when they started losing in the polls. For example, after President Biden had a bad debate performance, the Trump campaign was rather quiet for a few weeks. They kind of just laid low and let everything play out, but as soon as VP Harris hit the national stage, as soon as she started beating him in polls, they lost any of that discipline that kept them quiet. Now they are fully unhinged. They didn't crank it up to 10, they cranked it up to 100. So this article reads, the Trump campaign just tweeted something really racist. Republicans have reportedly been pleading with Trump to stay on message, but his campaign just can't seem to help itself. Donald Trump can't seem to help himself. He is impulsive, he is narcissistic, and it shows every single time he steps on stage. Every single time he opens his mouth to give a speech, it gets worse and worse. On Tuesday, an official social media account of Donald Trump's 2024 campaign posted a racist meme implying that if VP Harris wins the presidency in November, nice suburban neighborhoods will be overrun with hordes of Black people and immigrants. And before I break down this disgusting meme, I want to lay the groundwork and show you how Republicans have been talking about VP Harris and Democrats over the past few weeks. Now, look at this video from a few weeks ago where a Newsmax host asks, how can we stop people from painting us as racist and sexist? And the Trump surrogate who answers, the immediate response is, well, VP Harris is a DEI hire. They come back with a racist response.
There is going to be an effort to portray anybody who opposes her as either being sexist or racist. What does the campaign do? How does the Trump campaign get ahead of all of that?
Look, I think that this whole DE&I token hire of Kamala Harris has already been exposed.
Immediately jumps to the racist, sexist attacks. And listen, there are so many ways to attack political opponents that don't involve attacking their race or their sex, but Republicans aren't choosing to use any of those against VP Harris. They are solely going for racist and sexist attacks because that is what their instincts are telling them. Now, here's a meme from Donald Trump Jr. I'm sorry to show you guys so much racism and misogyny and transphobia at once, but this is the reality of thing. He posted this on Instagram a few weeks ago, and he is one of the largest voices in the Republican Party right now because his dad is the leader of the party. This got like 1 million likes on Instagram. It says, I found this rare Michelle Obama rookie card, which plays off of a long-running, unhinged, deranged conspiracy theory that Michelle Obama is a transgender woman. It's not true. It's disgusting. They are just trolling about it, but this lays the groundwork. This is how MAGA has been talking about Black women for years now. And ever since VP Harris has hit the campaign trail and taken the mantle, you can see something else flipped in Republicans' heads, and they are so mad they are being beat by a Black woman who is amazing. So this is the Trump War Room account, the official War Room account of the 2024 Trump campaign. This account punches back 47 times harder, they claim in their bio, but by punching back, they just mean being racist assholes, and in the process, alienating more women voters, more Black Americans. So they posted this meme that is absolutely disgusting. It says, import the third world, become the third world. And there is so much wrong with this, I don't even know where to begin with debunking it, but let's break it all down. So on the left, we have a photo of a suburban house with an American flag, and it says, your neighborhood under Trump. I want to point out, didn't January 6ers literally beat an officer with an American flag nearly to death? And almost every single MAGA person I know has a MAGA flag either above their American flag or replacing their American flag. So if you want to see your neighborhood under Trump, replace this with a MAGA flag. It then says your neighborhood under Kamala, and it shows pictures of migrants, I believe in New York, and there's just so much wrong with this. I mean, the immigration system has been suboptimal for decades. Longer than I've been alive, the US border has been a show, and Donald Trump isn't going to walk into office and just fix it. This reads, side-by-side images captioned your neighborhood under Trump and your neighborhood under Kamala, respectively, show a tranquil residential street and a 2023 Getty photo of recent migrants to the U.S. sitting outside New York's Roosevelt Hotel in hopes of securing temporary housing. Also, are they implying that under President Biden, suburbs don't exist anymore? I just don't get what the implication is. It's just totally racist. The entire implication of this is diversity is bad. We don't want diversity in America. Anybody that doesn't have white skin is scary or whatever. Even as Harris and the Democrats shift to the right on border security and immigration issues, the Trump campaign has doubled down on racial animus and anti-immigrant sentiment. Kamala Harris and the Democrats have shifted ever so slightly to the right on immigration and border security just to appeal to a broader tent, which I think is smart. It is good politics. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has just tripled down and gone far right, full authoritarian mode, posting memes that just say, we don't want diversity in America. It might as well just be captioned, we don't want diversity. That's what they're saying. In a conversation with ex-owner Elon Musk on the platform Monday night, Trump repeatedly vilified immigrants, bringing up cases of alleged murders by undocumented migrants. Quote, "These are rough people," Trump told Musk. "These are criminals that make our criminals look like nice people, and it's horrible what they're doing." I'm going to point out the obvious. Anytime Trump uses the word criminal, I can't help but laugh. Also, immigrants commit crimes at lower rates than native-born citizens. Everything about this is so disgusting. Republicans lack basic empathy. They don't view people as humans if they don't map onto their own lived experiences perfectly. Sometimes I struggle to wrap my head around the fact that somebody with such a massive platform, somebody like Donald Trump, uses such terrible apocalyptic rhetoric about immigrants, and he's been getting away with it for 8 or 9 years now, saying they are rapists and murderers. It just blows my mind, honestly. In the 3 weeks since President Joe Biden announced he wouldn't seek a second term, reports have suggested that Trump is flailing for ways to counter the swell of enthusiasm for Harris, now the Democratic nominee, and Trump has once again made building a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border a campaign priority and has promised that his administration will deport every undocumented immigrant living in the U.S. At the Republican National Convention in July, attendees cheered and waved signs reading "Mass Deportations Now." This is very, very fashy. There's a lot of fascism going on here. And the thing is, how do you deport 11 to 20 million undocumented immigrants, as Republicans claim, without, one, accidentally deporting American citizens in the process, two, without massive amounts of violence as you're forcing people out of our country, three, without tanking the economy as we lose 10 to 15 million workers, and number four, when all the law enforcement officers are working on that, what about all the other criminals? What about Donald Trump stealing money from the pockets of Americans? Who's going to take care of that? Racism is a go-to approach for Trump, that's an understatement, as evidenced by his quest over a decade to prove that then President Barack Obama was not born in the US. And now he has sort of recreated that with VP Harris. He reposted a Truth Social post from Laura Loomer that doubted that VP Harris was black because it doesn't say so on her birth certificate. And according to the New York Times, GOP donors and Trump's own advisors have been pleading with him to attack Harris's policies and stay on message instead of questioning whether she is actually black, as he has repeatedly done in the past 2 weeks. The fear among conservatives is that blatant racism will drive voters away in November, but it seems that even when attacking Harris's immigration policies, the Trump campaign just can't help itself. I'm still stunned at how racist this meme is. If you guys appreciate what I do, all I ask is that you leave a like on this video, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of this beautiful community. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.